Hello, I'm Carolyn Herbert from the Finance News Network, and joining me from Osprey Medical is President and CEO Mike McCormick. Mike, welcome to Sydney.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, can you start by giving us an introduction to Osprey Medical?
Sure. Osprey Medical is a company that is focused on protecting patients' kidneys that have to go in and have normal and routine heart procedures. We protect that kidney from a substance that they inject into the heart called contrast dye, and that's what we're focused on, protecting those patients from that dye that's used in the cardiovascular procedure.
And Mike, for people who aren't familiar with the use of dye in X-ray imaging, can you tell us what it's used for and why?
So commonly when you go in for a heart procedure, most common heart procedure that's done is called an angiogram, and that's where they're going to take pictures of the vessels in the heart, the arteries in the heart. And the way that they visualize those arteries is that they inject a substance called contrast media or dye, and it lights up on X-ray, and that's how they're able to see the arteries on your heart. What they're looking for is they're looking for a blockage. And if they find a blockage, what they do is they put a stent in place to prop that vessel open so that the blood flows naturally again.
And what are the side effects and who are most at risk?
Yeah, the side effects that we focus on is the administration of that dye that they have to inject to see the blockages. For patients with pre-existing bad kidney function or chronic kidney disease, that dye presents a problem for them because anything that's injected into your bloodstream has to be filtered by the kidney. That's the work of the kidney. The kidney is your big filter for your bloodstream. So when that dye is injected into the arteries, it has to be filtered by the kidney. So those patients that have pre-existing poor kidney function are at risk that dye could further damage their kidney.
Now, you've recently announced some exciting results from the trial of your AVERT device last year. Can you explain those and what's the significance there?
Yes, last week in particular was a very significant week for us. There was a large meeting of cardiovascular physicians in the United States. And at that meeting, announcement of our clinical trial results. We did a clinical trial of 578 patients where we were looking for specific marketing claims that we could claim that our device helps reduce the amount of this dye that's needed to be used in these cardiovascular procedures and helps those patients avoid kidney damage. And so those results were presented at a scientific meeting.
And Mike, based on those results, what does that mean for your FDA claims?
So we were very excited by the trial results last week because they have allowed us to get significant claims in the United States and in Europe. We have FDA approval for 3 separate claims: dye savings, which is obviously the focus of our product to reduce the amount of dye, but we're doing that without affecting the image quality. The only reason the physician wants to inject dye to begin with is so that they can see the image of the heart. So when we reduce the dye, we don't want to degrade that image quality. The FDA gave us approval for a dye reduction device that doesn't affect image quality. And then also we got approval for a third claim, reflux reduction. That's the way our product works. That's the way it can save dye without affecting image quality, is through reflux reduction. So we're thrilled with those 3 claims that we have that will allow us now to commercialize and talk specifically about what our product can do.
And Mike, you've recently started commercialisation for the next generation DIVERT device. What success have you had so far?
Yeah, so we're very excited about the DIVERT. The DIVERT represents the 2nd generation device for us. 2nd generation in that it is much easier for the cardiologist to use. And the sales results thus far have been outstanding. In fact, if you look back at the first 6 quarters of sales for us since our first commercial revenue, we've had 6 consecutive quarters of growth. The last quarter was over 50% growth from Q4 of last year to Q1 was over 50% growth. So we've been very excited by the DIVERT and how fast it's been growing.
Now, taking a look at financials, what were some of the highlights from the FY15 results?
Yeah, so FY15, the highlights for us was, first off, that we finished the AVERT randomized controlled trial, and that we were able to get key FDA claims that help us to commercialize our product. As soon as we got those claims, we started scaling our sales organization. We went from just 1 rep to today, we have 8 reps in the field, and we look by the end of this year to have a total of 20 sales reps. So we're rapidly scaling our sales organization to take advantage of the claims and the product that we have.
So when do you expect to be cash flow positive?
We anticipate cash flow positive to be at about the $25 million mark in revenues. About the time we hit $25 million a year, that's when we'll be cash flow positive. And I would expect that that would take place sometime in 2019.
And finally, Mike, where would you like to see the company this time next year?
This time next year, we'll have set 20 sales territories in place. And the focus for us is to fully commercialize our device so that it can help protect patients with poor kidneys from having further kidney damage because of the administration of contrast dye.
Mike McCormick, thanks for the update on Osprey Medical.
Thank you very much.